Hello, guys, it's me, Lightningborn YouTube, and welcome to my review of Doctor Who Series 11, Episode 2, The Ghost Monuments. Well, I will be doing a review still with Ben on Friday, but this is just, to give you a different angle. Well, to me, The Ghost Monuments, it starts off being a good idea, but then, well, oh, by the way, this does contain spoilers. Okay. Sorry, I always forget that bit. Okay, anyway. So, the Ghost Monument, it's Doctor Who trying to do Star Wars cramped into 55 minutes. That's how I would basically describe it. Yeah. So, okay, basically what happens is, if you remember last week and the woman fell to Earth, the Doctor was trying to find her TARDIS. And she tries to track the Artron energy. That's the energy that the TARDIS runs on. And it goes a bit wrong. They are blown in to space. Way! So, anyway, they then get separated on two ships. Graham, Bradley Walsh, and Ryan Toshin Cole are on one. The Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, and Yasmin Khan, Mandeep Gill are on the second one. And then they crash land into each other on a planet, which is it's a bit like Gallifrey, I suppose. It's a desert, a bit of Gallifrey, a bit of Tatooine. In fact, the ship design reminded me of the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. I don't know if any of you did, but yeah, it was that was very good. And then we get this concept called the Ghost Monument. So the Doctor and her friends and these two other people, Espo and oh god, I've forgotten the names. Oh dear. Well, here's another one for the bloopers book, not loopers book. Stupid William. Oh, right. Right, okay. Credits, here we go. So, Espo, Sean Dooley, and Angstrom, Susan Lynch. Now, the cast performances are brilliant, and I have to give the medal today for Bradley Walsh, Susan Lynch, Sean Dooley, and Toshin Cole. The others were alright, but they were the really standout ones. Okay. So they basically have to race in a race to win and to get to the Ghost Monument. And we have Art Malik guest starring as Ellen, I think. Okay. Anyway, so Ellen tells them that the Doctor can't really come. It just has to be the two of them. But since the Doctor has always broke the rules in her life, then why would she play by them now? And so it is a good episode. Just look, if it was a Hollywood movie, and I was saying this to my friend Ben Moss, who, if you're watching this, hello to you, mate. Don't forget, me and Ben will be next Friday. Not next Friday, you buffoon. This Friday, with his and mine review of the Ghost Monument. Oh God, it's like the episodes just float out of my head. Oh dear. Right. Now I do like we get to see another of the stanza, which, as a guess, it could be this year's series arc. Now, Chris Chibnall didn't say there would be a series arc, but Stephen Moffat lied loads of times, and who knows? Who knows? And so yeah, it is a good episode, and also Sean Dooley is a brilliant selfish character. He plays Epso, and the two one-off characters, Epso and Angstrom, that's it, had them at the tip of my tongue. Sorry, that was me trying to do a callback to Jodie Whittaker's first episode last week called "The Woman Who Fell to Earth." If you haven't watched it, then catch it on BBC iPlayer. Okay, anyway, so Epso basically climbed a tree, and his mother said, "I will catch you," but she went out of the way. He fell, he broke his arm and his ankle, and it was her way of teaching him trust nobody. And Angstrom, well, it's a bit like the Doctor. Her family are in hiding. She's been on the run from them to save them, again like the Doctor. In fact, it seems there's a similarity between the Time Lords and Angstrom's race. And yeah, that's really interesting. It always helps if you have characters with so much in common, because they can just gel more. That is good. And of course, rewind to the beginning, we have the new opening titles with the new Doctor Who music. And, well, I love it. The big drums. Oh, they're heaven, baby. And I would say it's basically a mix of the later John Pertwee to early Tom Baker theme, and the original version from William Hartnell to Patrick Troughton. So I would say it's a combination of those with a teeny bit of the 2005 arrangement in. And Shagan Akinola, I think that's his name, his score is brilliant. It's big when it needs to be. It's brash when it needs to be. If it's slow, gentler moments, it does that. His music is absolutely brilliant. And come on, we all want to be ordering the Series 11 soundtrack, don't we? I mean, Ben said that he has already pre-ordered it. So, yeah, it's just, he's brilliant. And yeah, it'll be great. So, yeah, it was still a good episode. Oh, and don't forget the new TARDIS. I will say this. Um, and my dad said it too. It was. I could have done with a bit more light. It's a bit dark, and sorry to insult the whoever designed the new TARDIS. I think it was R.L. Wayne Jones who took over from Edward Thomas, so it was him. Sorry, R.L., but the TARDIS looked like it was copying Eccleston and Tennant and McGann's from the TV movie, and like somebody had gone to the dump. Yes, somebody had picked the stuff from the script, and basically that's a merge of all those TARDISes. And however, I do like the TARDIS crystal. That's good. In fact, I would have liked a time rotor with a crystal inside it instead of a light. A crystal that would have gave us a sort of a new feel to the time rotor. And my mate Ben, who was just talking to you, and don't forget, if you want a more in-depth review, then join me and Ben on Friday here on my channel, Line and Born YouTube. If you want to, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Line and Born YouTube channel. So yeah. Now, of course, last week we saw the tragic death of Grace, played by Sharon D. Clarke, Nan of Ryan, and wife of Graham. And it is addressed, and it's done in the perfect balance. It doesn't dominate the episode, but it's done in that little moment, which gives them a breather. And I like that. It gives a sort of new relationship to the companions. Graham, who's never been called Grandad, is just being called Graham because Ryan has never really got on with him. And Tosh and Cole and Bradley Walsh in that scene, they really do pull out the stops to make it a show-stopping performance. So well done to those. Susan Lynch, who is one of the guest stars, Armstrong. It's a great performance. When she talks about what she's had to deal through on her planet, that is just brilliant. So really good casting of guest stars, and the characters were really interesting because I liked Agstrom was, she could relate to the Doctor. They both face similar instances. Okay, Gallifrey is hidden at the end of the universe, and who knows where Angstrom's planet is. However, the one thing I would have also liked to see is Armstrong sort of saying goodbye to the Doctor and, telling her that hopefully she'll find her planet. Because I'm not sure. I think even though it was good seeing the TARDIS, I would have rather, liked it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but there's a lot of worse Doctor Who stories. Love and Monsters is, probably one of the worst, in my opinion, starring David Tennant, Billy Piper, and Mark Warren as Elton Pope and the Doctor and Rose, obviously. But yeah, it's still a good episode if you want something that's still entertaining, funny when it needs to be, sad when it needs to be, sit down and breathe when it needs to, and show all that quick and pace. It's a good script by Chibnall, and it isn't his writing. It's just obviously Doctor Who can't be 90 minutes, which is a shame because if you really went more in depth and had a race and big spaceship race, then I would have liked that. Then it wouldn't have felt so rushed. So I do really feel sorry for Chibnall because his writing is very good, but it's rushed at the end of the day, and that's just what slightly, disappoints me. Because The Woman Who Fell to Earth didn't feel rushed at all, but maybe it's because it got 60 minutes added onto it. So, yeah, who knows? Anyway, next week is Rosa, and it's about the American civil rights protester. No, that's not right. Rosa Parks. So that's going to be interesting because I don't know much about Rosa Parks. So that's going to be a lesson for me. So that's good. And Doctor Who always wanted to try in the early days. I'm talking about back in the 1960s, wanted to do pure historical stories. Well, it has a chance to do that. And I think Chibnall does really want to go honor the old Doctor Who, try something different, be bold, but also bring new viewers in, but still keep the old viewers. And I think he's taking all the right steps. Him, Matt, Steve Stevens, and Sam Hoyle, I think they're doing a very good job so far. And I can't wait to what the series will be like. And then I'll probably judge it after the series finale, really. And see if I will tune into series 12, whether I like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I think she is a good actor. I'm not exactly sure. I like it. The Doctor is always different in personality. Capaldi was sort of at first very alien and rude and insulting, and then he took on this sort of like a lighter version of William Hartnell, that warm grandfather figure, which I liked. Yeah, and then Jodie is like Matt Smith and David Tennant. She seems to be very manic, like a puppy, very jumpy and very happy and just enjoying life. And I think it'll be interesting to see. I know this is far away off. I don't want to wish Jodie to leave, but I do wonder what a regeneration scene would be like. It would be nice to see a Doctor just accept that regeneration could be good. Maybe sick of being that face. Maybe he does want to change. So I would like that when she does regenerate. But anyway, I'm not wishing her to go. I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. It's certainly going to be interesting, isn't it? So we'll see. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Yeah. So it is going to be interesting to see where the series goes, and it'd be great to see more of the Stenza. They're a race that we're only just learning about, and I'm hoping they are the series are. I'm a little bit disappointed that we got to see the TARDIS because I wanted that arc to be finding the TARDIS. Having no control whether they're going, and then finding the TARDIS in the series finale. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that was kind of disappointing. In fact, two arcs would be great. You know, one finding the TARDIS and two the stanza. Perfect. Two arcs. Well, we don't know, obviously, because I'm not there when Chris writes these scripts. Oh, and sort of a thing that does disappoint me is that Chris is writing to next week's episode as well. Oh, come on, Chris. Look, that's 3 episodes. I hope that you hand it over to someone else. 2, I understand, or 1. But 3, that might be a bit too much. See, what Who writers have tended to do is Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat have both wrote the premiere episode. Then they have wrote episode 5 or 6 in the middle, in the midway point, and then they write the series finale. But I think Chris 3 is too much. I think what you should have done, okay, write the first 2 episodes, then write the midway point, and then write the finale. Yeah, I know, not satisfied, am I? But Series 11 is good. I like the new theme tune. I like the new Vortex. Not sure about the credits font, though. You know, it does look like, an amateur YouTuber made it from a fan film. No offense, but they could have picked a more exciting font. And another thing also, I think it would have been much better if we had a pre-credit scene rather than having straight into the opening titles. To me, I love a pre-credit scene because it builds up the story. So, yeah, well, we'll just have to see, won't we? But yeah, I was quite disappointed by that. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, hello. Does your what? Oh, someone's in the live chat. Aiden Short. Does your dad? She died. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Anyway, what did you think of the episode, Aiden Shaw? If you're still there, what did you think of the episode? Yeah, let's see what you guys thought in the comments below. Let's get it more interactive. Like I say, you will see an in-depth review with me and my friend Ben on Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, isn't it? I tell you what, I'll read you the synopsis of Rosa Parks. Meet you on the way, Rosa Parks. Sorry, hey, that works quite well, doesn't it? Oh god, I hope I won't get done for copyright, but well, I don't think so. Anyway, so next week's episode, we see the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, of course, Graham, Bradley Walsh, Yasmin Khan, Mandeep Gill, Rosa Parks, played by Vinette Robinson, Joshua Boehm as Krasko, James Blake as James. What? Is that the singer? No, it can't be. James Blake. Really? Ready to again. Ready to put Okay. Right. James Blake. Let's just see. Wait, what? Oh, James Blake is the character. Oh, oh, okay. Right. Okay. Oh, his character is James Blake. And he's played by Trevor White. No, Trevor White plays James Blake. Oh, okay. Oh, Mallory Blackman is right here. Oh no, please don't say this is the finale. Oh, come on. Sorry, just checking something on IMDb. Apparently it's saying Alan Cumming, who is guest starring in the series, is starring as King James in the finale. Well, that could be a very low-key finale then, in terms of my view. Oh, that could be disappointing. Oh, well. That'd be a great shame. Well, let me read you the synopsis. Montgomery, Alabama, 1955. The doctor and a friend find themselves in the deep south of America as they encounter a seamstress by the name of Rosa Parks. They begin to wonder whether someone is attempting to change history. So, yep, starring in this episode is Vinette Robinson, Joshua Barron, Trevor White, Richard Lovan, Jessica Claire Preddy, Gareth Marks, David Rubin, Ray Sway, aka not even attempt his name, David Dukas. Oh, I love that name. David Dukas. David Dukas! Hey, dude, my Peter Dixon. He's the voice from the X Factor. Even though I can't stand X Factor. Right, anyway, yeah. Arthur Morgan Dear. Writer. Oh, Mallory Black. What? What? No, no, no. Chibnall's co-writing? Why is he co-writing this? She doesn't need Finn to guide him. Oh, Chris, I hope this is your last episode writing for a while. Please. We need some completely fresh, new ideas. I know these are technically new ideas, but you don't need to be writing every episode. Right, yeah. Sorry about that. Just, it'd be nice to not see his name as writer. Ready to take a chance again. Ready to put my name on the name. And you know. And I'm ready to jump with you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to Alabama then next week. I know I'm gonna miss it. Never mind. But Ben might be able to still do it. Oh no, actually, right. Well, we'll just have to see. Maybe what I'll do is on the next. I'll tell you what I'll do. What I'll do is on the weekend of episode 4. We can do a review of Rosa and look ahead to the new episode of that episode. Yeah. Oh, you're brilliant, William. You're a genius, William. Thank you, William. Sorry, you must think I'm an absolute madman. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah. Right. Right. See. Ah, yes. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So we have Gareth Marks, who is quite a veteran actor. He's in Rosa. He's a policeman. Raymond Parks. He must be Rosa Parks' husband. David Rubin. Oh, his name. He seems familiar. David. Oh, you idiot. You pressed it to print. Oh, sorry. Oh, damn it. chance again. Ready to put Let's try and find out who this David Rubin is, because his name sounds familiar. It's knowing that you're now the really walk. You know, on my mind. Right, David Rubin. So this could be him here. What? Why has it gone zooming into? Oh, then has to zoom in. I have to click on it. Stupid computer. Oh, well, actually, maybe. Be me. What? What? Computer, you're going mad. You're going insane. Why are you zooming in, computer? You stupid thing. It doesn't make any sense. Dear me. Oh, David Rubin. He was in the children's show Playdays. Oh, of course. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Right. Yep, and he's going to be in Doctor Who. No, no, no. I did not ask you to zoom in. Oh, I'm fed up with this. Right. No, no, no. That's it. You've had your chance, computer. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. No, no. Unbelievable. I don't understand what's happening with this computer. Right. Bizarre. Right, guys. I tell you what, let's see what the Guardian says. So, the Guardian says the Doctor also feels like the Doctor again, with her unstable regeneration routine out of the way. Jodie Whittaker's grown almost completely into the role. She nails most of the character's defining traits with aplomb disdain for guns, delight in thinking a way out of a problem, and the ability to quickly become ruthless. Her takedown of the bullish episode was quite something to behold. She is a delight. The cinematic air of this new series was no episode 1 wonder either. The Ghost Monument has to be one of the most handsome looking episodes we have witnessed. Yes, I would agree that the visual effects, like the ship, are absolutely amazing. Oh, and those beautiful shots in the planet are just wonderful to watch. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Yes, Planet Desolation. That's it. That's the planet's name, Desolation. Yes. With sterling South African locations. True, the studio-bound night sequences cannot help, but studio, they were outside. They were, well, I think they were. Yeah, they were definitely outside. That was not green screen. But providing the studio-bound night sequences cannot help but sag in comparison. But providing that they are not just splurging the budget at the start of the series, things bode well. The new TARDIS 2 is a thing of wonder. Its grand coral and imposing hexagons, dark light and sheer expense make it a far more intimidating place than previous iterations. Chibnall stubbornly resists having anyone utter it, but it's bigger on the inside. However, that enchanting sequence when the team first enters a near perfect to a tense, taut, and satisfying adventure. This is significantly more like it. And they also say, plot-wise, the Ghost Monument was a relatively straightforward chase for the world's most brutal assault of a sort of Hunger Games meets the Running Man. Heard of the Hunger Games? Never heard of the Running Man. The gang are rather conveniently scooped out from their certain death spaceflight by two battered spaceships, mistaken for bonuses by their respective pilots. Bickering competitors Armstrong and Pova, the final two contestants in the last rally of the five galaxies. They have outsurvived thousands in a messed up krypton factor through space and now on the verge of winning untold riches. Because of nebulous reasons, the mystical ghost monument that represents the finish line is actually the TARDIS. So, glided onto the holographic games master Art Malik, our reluctant team of six are sent through what is essentially an appearance of spooky and scary set pieces across a planet made cruel, including killer water, misery sniper bots, strangling bed sheets, I think, and fields of gas. Sean Lynch and Susan Lynch and Sean Doodley make for a durable guest cast of fleshed out characters with disarming backstories and motivations. Angstorm, by turns both beautifully warm and utterly tragic, episode is one of the most willfully unpleasant guest companions Doctor has seen. Frankly, he is a beep, and the reasons why are obvious. Taken together, the whole thing is a good old-fashioned rollicky, a bit with some slightly offbeat messaging as the day is saved by a cigar. Yeah, that was a bit weird. The assembly of Team TARDIS has been curious this season. There have been no inspirational scenes of the characters running away from unfulfilling lives in search of adventures in space and time. Graham, Yaz, and Ryan have been taken off quite by accident, and even when we get that breathtaking arrival in the TARDIS, the plan is still to take them home. So that is surely all to come. Thankfully, and I said this, Grace's death has not been swiftly moved on from. Ryan is still combating his grief, while Graham attempts to bond with his step-grandson, a meeting mixed results. Neither's Ryan dyspraxia is being forgotten as he struggles to climbing a ladder. An impulsive young man, all right, his trigger-happy approach to the sniper box falls flat, although his Call of Duty battle cry is priceless. For all this character work, Yaz is feeling something of a spare part, but hopefully that will change. But as the Doctor appeared to be giving up hope towards the end, her new friend started to truly banter. Yeah, that was a thing that I forgot to mention. The Doctor, this was new. She was beginning to give up hope while her friends didn't. And that is very, very unusual. It looks like the Doctor had lost. And that would have been really interesting. So that's what the Guardian has to say. Digital Spy has to say. Yes, okay. So, as befits an episode about a race to the finish, the Ghost Monument is a hugely energetic episode. Even once they have to caption the first 10 minutes of sight, the pace barely lets up, with Chris Chibnall's script bounding breathlessly from one incident to the next. There's never any risk of getting bored. Mark Taran, I'm not even going to pronounce his name, flashy and dynamic direction helps maintain that frenetic feel, while also taking the odd moment to showcase the breathtaking vistas of the planet Desolation and South Africa, which, along with Shagan and Others' sweeping score, gives the episode a polished cinematic feel. That style is backed by considerable substance too. As with The Woman Who Fell to Earth, there's a strong vein of emotion running through the whole thing. But unlike that episode, which was earnest but a little dry, the Ghost Monument also comes back with jokes, loads of them, and they mostly land the gag about Pythagoras' hangover and the deadpan. It's a 10 to both winners. Though the broader slapstick of Ryan's Call of Duty moment falls flat. The episode's plots with the Doctor unraveling the mystery of what happened to the now hostile planet's populace also justifies the small supporting cast, and having only two major characters besides our Time Lord and her friends means, even with all the mad dashing about, there's still room to flesh out the guest cast. It's not especially supple, but subtle. No, that's not right. Oh my god, that's the sub. Sub. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get into Google Translate because oh dear, that is it's not especially. Right. Oh my god. Subtle, that's it. Sorry, I just really couldn't get it out. Where was I? Yes, it's not especially subtle, but Chibnall does give brief pause to explore the tragic past of opponents Epso and Angstrom, Sean Dooley and Susan Lynch, both terrific. Of the one-off players, only Art Malik gets underserved. He's basically wasted in a glorified cameo, which requires him to do little more than deliver opposition. And speaking of underused, for all the ways it improves on the series premiere, better gags, a more even pace of sturdier plot, the Ghost Monument still fails to convince us that Doctor requires three companions. No, this isn't the first time the show has attempted the setup, but it's not exactly the norm either. Tosh and Cole again gets to play the widest range of material. His character's dyspraxia is touched on again without feeling like a gimmick, while Ryan also gets to debate the Doctor's no guns policy and dwell a little in his shock and grief over the recent loss of his grandmother. Bradley Walsh, meanwhile, is served most of the best lines, but also gets another opportunity to showcase his considerable dramatic chops, with Graham even taking charge of standing up to Armstrong in the Doctor's early absence. Yaz, though, continues to feel redundant. We get a brief mention of her family here, but there's no sense that she's playing out any kind of emotional arc. Like Ryan and Graham, she's mostly just there, with Mandy Gill's likely performance the only thing stopping the character from being totally forgettable. You get the sense that on a character development level, the show might be better off splitting its foursome apart rather than keeping together all the time, an idea that the Ghost Monument briefly flirts with but doesn't follow through on. Jodie Whittaker continues to impress, even if the writing for a Doctor is a little uneven. For much of this episode, she's in a fixed hyperactive state, fine in a post-regeneration story, but less agreeable in week 2. That's partly influenced by the breakneck pacing, but what she needs is some quieter, more reflective moment, because when she gets them, like at the episode close, when the Doctor fears she's failed her friends and leaves them all stranded, she absolutely nails them. Her reunion with the TARDIS is also genuinely affecting, and what a smart twist to have the Doctor share that big on the inside moment as a bonding moment with her companions as she steps aboard the revamped ship for the first time. The Ghost Monument in many ways is a better pilot to this new era of Doctor Who than The Woman Who Fell to Earth, though it does share a few of the episode's flaws, including its inability to successfully juggle a large cast. It also shares its strengths, great performances, gorgeous visuals, and offers up an adventure that's less jumbled and more satisfying as a standalone. Well, mostly standalone. For all the production team's processions to the contrary, there is absolutely a series arc at play here, with further references to the time, Stenza and talk of the timeless child. What is the timeless child? That's very interesting. But that's fine, because after a solid premiere and an approved follow-up, we're in this for the long haul. So that is what Digital Spy and The Guardian had to say. Do you know, maybe I might have to. This will probably be the last time I'll do a review on my own, or it will be much shorter, and then we'll save the longer bit for when I do the review with Ben on Friday. The debate is on Wednesday, going off Doctor Who. Me and Marcus, if you've watched the debate, we will be back on Wednesday. And thank you to all those who have tuned into the debate. It's really great doing. Probably won't be doing another series after this year, but we'll see. And yeah, if you want to, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Lightning Boy on YouTube channel. And thank you for watching. And with that, I think it's definitely time to go. I think this has gone long enough, really. I'm sorry I keep stuttering. The problem is, well, you see, The problem is that I try to write a script, but the script often I can't get it finished in time, and I can't write a script quickly. And I try to remember, and I just can't. I'm gonna have to really sort that and really up my game because all my videos, there's only a very few of them with no problems whatsoever. And yeah, I'm gonna have to try and get some like an old copy of After Effects and Premiere Pro or something, a better video editing software because Premiere Elements, which makes the pre-recorded videos, it's not exactly the best, and having to do live streams, I would like Wirecast. Wirecast would be really good for doing live streams as well. No watermarks. And what do you think, guys? Do you think I need a new camera? I mean, webcam. I mean, it's small. Look at all the noise in the background. One thing that you wouldn't get with noise if I had a proper DSLR camera, which I might ask my dad if I could perhaps borrow that and then put the USB into that, just because the quality would be much better. And yeah, if I had studio lights as well, that would also further improve it. So, well, in the future, I will try to do whatever I can to improve the videos. Probably maybe make a script for the night before, maybe. See, a lot of it is improvised, and yeah, it's hard. But I will try do my best, and obviously it's better if I have someone with me as well. So yeah. All right. Right, guys, that's it. I'm off. So have a good night. And if you're watching the debate, I'll see you on Wednesday. If you're not, if you want a more in-depth review of Doctor Who, then join me and Ben on Friday for our review of the Ghost Monument. See you then.